On today's show, we're going to discuss our upcoming, somewhat spontaneous plans, which got me to thinking, let's talk about the possibility of doing things spontaneously in the world of Disney. That's coming up today on Traveling with the Mouse. Welcome, everyone, to episode number 509 of Traveling with the Mouse, thereabouts, canon. I am your host today. This is John, and I am joined, as always, by Adam.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Adam? I see you tried to flash your loyalty. Yeah,
Team Monorail.
Team Monorail.
Team Monorail.
Yeah. Did you like that little what we call it screenshot that I sent about that someone posted? They actually did it in a Disney humor site. It was still kind of true. The one that says, just a quick question, as a currently active monorail rider, why does it always smell like pee?
Well, it's 35 years of pee.
35 years of pee? Interesting.
Accumulated over time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably more BO than pee. I don't think tomorrow's something pee, but
maybe it's just when BO saturates, since it does come from a human body, it starts smelling like pee. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. But it's also like mildew from the air conditioning that hasn't, filters that haven't been changed in 30 years.
See, I find that hard to believe, because if it was truly mildew, I think people would be getting sick from the monorail.
Well, you're not on it long enough to breathe in that much.
Oh, I don't know. Especially in tight quarters. Especially at the end of the night.
But next time you get on the monorail, stand up and look at the vents in the ceiling of they look pretty bad.
I just find it hard to believe they're not clean to some degree, or at least not to have to the point where they don't have mold. I find it hard to believe.
I'm sure I took a picture of it too. I'm gonna see if I still have that picture.
Yeah, but that picture was from how long ago?
Maybe a couple of years ago.
Okay, but still. Then again, the monorail does have its way of self-airing out by the door falling off and everything.
Yeah,
but
okay, that hasn't happened since 2018 or something.
Hey, I'll use it anytime I can get. Just as you could use something about the Skyliner crashing that only happened that one time, really severely.
Well, glass is broken twice, so Stone Cold is visited.
Glass is broken twice. It's like when you hear glass, it's just the Skyliner colliding.
Stone Cold.
Anyway,
the Skyliner just crashed at the Riviera station.
I'm gonna say, do you still get kind of a, what do we call it, like an adrenaline rush maybe, or a thrill every time that it comes swinging into the station?
Depends, yeah. Some of them you do. Some of them it comes in faster than others.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Kind of fun, I should say. Not
funny.
Kind of fun.
It kind of sways side to side at the same time.
It's like it throws you forward a little bit and then backs off.
Yeah.
That's the way I know to explain it. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same when you take off.
No, not. Sometimes you take off pretty quick.
When you take flight.
Yeah. When you're about to wave at your adoring fans below.
Right. Or you're about to talk about how you learned how to say hello in a different language, right?
Yeah. All that stuff.
No.
I'm not going to be able to find it. But...
yeah, it's too long ago. It's probably even longer ago than the door falling off.
No. Not the picture. But...
my point being, I feel like come on, we talk about Disney and their attention to detail. Surely they have sanitized it to some degree, the monorail, since then. I mean, they have plenty of time to do something.
Well, just because they they clean the interiors, the seats and everything, and the floors still look pretty bad, but they don't get every detail of it.
Is there a device we could bring in that tests for mold? You gonna do that next time just to see if it's some in the air?
Yeah, I should actually. If I have such a thing,
you can probably.
I should do.
There's something for testing mold. I don't know.
I will I'll have
Heck,
to do that.
nowadays you could probably get it on Amazon. You probably get something that does that.
I have 6,559 pictures from Walt Disney World.
Really? Is that all?
So just on my
You mean you didn't post the mold shot on Instagram?
no, because that would be for like I wouldn't post a negative thing about the monorail.
Oh, come on. Oh, but you would about the Skyliner. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, I would totally.
All right. Well, anyway, we were somewhat discussing pre-show.
Yes.
About, well, a couple of things. Basically, our upcoming plans? I guess you could call them plans.
Yeah.
Well, in your case, I didn't know you were planning on this, but this is in the next couple of weeks, really. You actually have plans to head west.
Yes. Out west. To the mothership.
To the mothership.
Walt Disneyland. Oh, wait. It's just Disneyland.
From out there, I thought you were going to go see like where Walt's head is.
It could be. Is it there?
His disembodied head.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in Disneyland. I think it's in the
Birdland.
I think it's behind one of the Utilidors. Get it?
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
could be.
It's somewhere in the basement.
Come on down to Birdland.
Come on down to
Birdland is your land. Yeah.
So, do you have plans on? Do you know where you're going to stay? Do you have it?
It's going to be. I forgot. It's one of the Hiltons on Harbor Boulevard.
So you already have it in place.
Yeah, it's booked. I mean, everything's booked.
Flights like 90% too.
Sure. Flights are booked, but we're going to LA because it was cheaper than flying to SNA, not HNA.
To SNA. Yeah, I always refer to it as SNA.
John Wayne.
I like that airport though. It's smaller. I think I like smaller airports.
Yes, and it's way closer too, but
it does cost you a little more to fly there for some. I never have figured out what they base that on. Why it's more expensive to land certain places.
Because Delta has more flights going to LAX, so
could be. But I mean, there's certain airports. It seems like it's more expensive for you to go there than it is to go to another one. I don't get it. No matter who you use.
Yeah. Well, maybe smaller airports charge more or something. I don't know.
I know the time we did it, we were just discussing this. It's been 13 years now since I went to Disneyland, and
yeah, it's been 9.
Yeah,
since I went.
Yeah. Then we did fly into. I purposely chose John Wayne because I wanted to be closer.
So close.
Yeah,
so close.
Speaking of which, when we got our rent-a-car, we almost opted for a convertible because they were going to give us an upgrade for free. I don't know why I didn't take it, but the vehicle we did have, I forgot what it was, but it was one of those like very fuel efficient, and it was full. And he said, "Yeah, just run out of gas before you bring it back." Well, it took forever to even try to run it out of gas. Like I couldn't run the thing out of gas. It's just in those few days. So
right.
But I tried to bring it. We just rode around a little bit to try and bring it back empty. But
why bring it back empty?
I don't know.
Usually they want you to bring full.
I don't know. He said bring it back empty.
Yeah. So they could charge you more for gas?
I have no idea. But I guess maybe there was something. Maybe I had already paid for it in some way, shape, or form. I don't know.
Oh, you could have prepaid. Maybe
that was what it was. I don't know. It's hard to remember now. Again, it was 13 years ago. I do remember that being convenient as far as getting to where we were staying. We were staying at the Ayers Orange, which is actually right across the street from the Honda Center where the Mighty Ducks play hockey, which is kind of an outlier, actually. I mean, it's not like in the deep of any city. Of course, things are a little more spread out that way anyway, right? So, because we passed, I can't think of the name of their ballpark now, but the Anaheim Angels ballpark on the way to that. And it was like setting off to the side, like with nothing around it.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that far away, but it's really a short drive to get to Disneyland. It's not that far. As far as like, yeah, no, I couldn't walk there like you can probably from some of the places right around it, but.
Right. Yeah.
One of the things I remember back then is it was interesting, like driving in that area, like it feels like Disneyland is on like this couple of blocks, right? And they have like trees up or where you can't see. For DCA, especially like the backside of DCA, like they have stuff built up where you can't see in.
You can definitely see the back of Radiator Springs Racers
Right.
from a lot of places. And
well, you can't really see anything too much from driving though, like being on the street. Like it depends on where you are.
Certainly can't see the castle inside from from anywhere outside.
I can only imagine what that all looked like back when that was parking lot for Disneyland, because it had to be a lot flatter, obviously.
Yeah.
So
there's not much to see, I'm sure.
Nothing to see here. Please disperse.
Yeah. Right. So small.
I do remember the couple of things that I had to do that I was a couple of things that I took note of because, I grew up, and I guess you got to see a little bit of it too, those specials that they used to show on the Disney Channel.
Oh, yeah.
They were older specials, but they used to replay them basically on the Disney Channel, right?
Right.
That involved,
it was
like, Pirates, of course, when it first opened, and the new Tomorrowland and all that good stuff. And it was neat seeing the People Mover track. I just kept thinking, like, I wish I could have ridden that People Mover.
Right.
So
it would have been almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
The last time it was operational.
But the last time I was there, Bugs Land was still there. I guess it was when you did too, right?
Yeah, it was still there.
Hadn't become Marvel Campus yet.
They were just getting going on the Galaxy's Edge construction when I was last there.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't
even remember seeing much of like construction walls, but
for me, that was actually my first Under the Sea ride was actually in Disneyland, not Disney World.
Before, right.
Because it was already open there.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, the year that I went, I didn't even think about it at that point in time, but it was literally like a month after Radiator Springs was open. We were there.
It was brand new.
Yep, it was brand spanking new at that point. We managed to get on it a couple of times, actually, Radiator Springs Racers.
Yeah. Currently, it's closed for a refurb. It's been down since late August, I think, or sometime in August. So it was about a month-long refurb. So hopefully it will come back up on the last day that I'll be there. So we shall see. But Big Thunder's also down there because they're doing a track replacement there, I think. I believe that's what they're doing. I'll see if I can see what's going on with it.
If I recall, I had the good fortune of seeing both sides of Radiator Springs. The Ramon side and the Luigi side.
Right. Back when it was there. Yeah.
And it actually fully functioned.
Yeah. How long has that been since it? But I do want to do Mater's Junkyard because that one is better. It's better than Alien Swirling Saucers, but
it's basically the same ride. Why is it better? Just because it's Mater?
Yeah, it's a better theme. And Larry the Cable Guy does the actual voice for the ride. So.
A plus for Adam anytime it's an original voice.
It is. Yeah. It's just better themed, yeah.
Carry the Label Guy.
Okay. Could be.
I bring that up. It was actually I guess he would be considered like a stepbrother-in-law in a way. But he made that, when he was talking about him one time, he actually said that, how people get tongue-tied or whatever. He said, carry the label guy. Yeah. It's like,
where am I taking
that's actually pretty good. Carry the label guy. Anyway.
Where do you want me to take the label guy? Carrying.
Anyway, off track.
I've been looking at wait times at Disneyland too, and they're not that bad. I mean, but of course, despite how small Disneyland is compared to Magic Kingdom, they have like twice as many attractions.
True, they have more people eaters, so to speak.
Yeah. So the wait times just aren't that bad. But again, maybe it's down a little bit there too. I don't know.
I'm sure it is. It depends on when you go. I would think during that time of the year, it's probably going to be lighter.
Yeah.
Just like it's kind of been light in World, but it's going to pick up again soon, I'm sure. Probably around the time that I'll be there.
Holiday season's coming up, so yeah. Halloween to New Year's, there'll be a few lulls, but it'll mostly be pretty busy.
Yeah. I will say this, since you brought up the slowness, Disney had some ticket deals. So this is touching on that they're soon to go away in Florida. They're about to expire.
I see it. The 3-day park ticket.
The 3-day and the 50% off kids tickets. They're the 3-day 3-park ticket for $89 per day. Of course, that was excluding Magic Kingdom. Duh. It's valid through September the 22nd, so it's only got a couple of weeks left. And the sales of it are actually ending in a couple of days. So September 12th. The 50% off kids ticket sales will also end on the 12th, but it's actually valid through only the 20th. So we're talking less than 10 days at this point to use that one, 12 days on the other one, right?
Yeah.
But that to be purchased in the next 2 days. I feel like once that is done, they're probably going to potentially announce something else. Like right now, you don't really see anything too much for the rest of the year. Might be because I don't think they really need anything to take care of the rest of the year. Or maybe they feel like they're pretty booked for the end of the year.
Well, I know they still have the Georgia resident one.
Yeah.
Which goes through like Christmas Day.
Yeah, but I don't think it's available until when does it start though? What dates does it start? It's not like currently active. I mean, it's currently active to get, but I think the dates for actually using it don't start until like November.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. But what I was going to say by that is I feel like, and I'm kind of hoping that once this stuff gets down and gets kind of expired or gets a little bit closer, I feel like the inventory might update a little bit too as far as the resorts go. Because just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing right now, during our fall break for locally here, basically just get a couple of days. It's like the teacher work days type deals. We plan on going down to that area.
Yeah.
I haven't fully decided. I might mix a little bit. I might do Epic and Disney. I don't know. I haven't fully decided. It's going to be kind of a truly wing it type of trip. I literally have nothing booked right now. I've just been searching. So I'm trying to do this on the budget side of things, we'll say. So if something frees up that's a little bit cheaper on Disney property, like a Value or a Mod even, if it's the right, if it's on the Skyliner particularly. If the right thing opens up, I might go on property. But the other idea is to do Airbnbs because you can get some super good like townhouses and stuff like that in the Kissimmee area. That's ridiculously good price. But you can also, I've also considered the Hilton option because I am like a Hilton member. I know you mentioned doing Hilton out west.
Yeah. Yep.
But I have thought about taking those that are over on Western Way, either the Homewood or the Home 2. They're both Hilton properties. So I've considered both of those.
Yeah, those aren't bad.
But yeah, trying to do it somewhat budget conscious.
Are you going to just drive down there and see what's available, or
no? I'm not going to cut it that close.
No, not that.
Still gonna. I'm not going to rule out the possibility of actually booking something a week of.
Yeah.
Let's see. How does it work now with Lightning Lanes? It's 3 days out, right, for non-resort guests, and it's 7 days for resort guests.
Correct. Yeah.
So I could technically put it together right if I was going to stay on property. I could technically put it together right before the week of, right? Like as long as it was within 7 days of arrival, I could technically put it together on property.
Yeah, if you booked 8 days out, you could still get Lightning Lanes the next day. Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking to see, because you're in that range right now where they're getting close to the 30-day mark for this. It's right at it right now, right? For this time period that I'm talking about, which sometimes things open up in that mark. But we'll see. I think there's stuff available. They just don't want to have a lot of stuff discounted available. They're actually charging a pretty significant amount for a lot of these, to be honest. You know how when you first look, it kind of irks me the way they do this on the site now. Like they always give you whatever the best price is, no matter, if it's not like there's certain properties are not pricing in the discount range.
Okay.
But we're going to show you this is what we have available for this discount. And then you have to go in and change it to regular if you want to see what's regular. I mean, it's just annoying, to be honest.
I do hate that.
You have to change the offer. Yeah.
They need a better way of scanning for discounts and what the rates are for different discounts. It takes so long to figure it out. Where a travel agent might be
helpful there.
We have a new travel agent, as I mentioned on our website. If you go to the desktop version, just to give him another plug, Jolly.
Let me give you an idea of the days that I pretty much have to be locked into. Arriving the 10th, leaving the 14th, right? Port Orleans Riverside, what they have available at least, standard rate for Port Orleans Riverside. And this is for, I'm looking now, this is for a preferred room because apparently all the other categories are not available. $395 a night is the average at Riverside. There is a Caribbean beach available at standard rate. However, it is a preferred room as well. You want to know what they're charging for that currently? $439 a night average for that time period. Contemporary has a $439 a night for a preferred room at Caribbean Beach.
Jeez.
For that range. Now, apparently they have a $1,040 a night main tower theme park view available at Contemporary. Or a Garden Wing 1-bedroom hospitality suite for $2,040 a night at the Contemporary.
Wow.
The cheapest regular rate available at Coronado Springs is $411. The cheapest available at Animal Kingdom is $556. Cheapest at Grand Floridian available is $907. Art of Animation $579. I mean, they just jack them up basically for this time period. $888 for Boardwalk, $733 for Yacht Club, $553 for Kidani, $732 for Beach Club. Yeah, it's on up there, folks.
Wow. Yeah, it's not cheap.
Cash grab. Whereas I could potentially have let's just say a townhouse or home or whatever on Airbnb for probably about $600-700 the entire 4 nights.
Right.
And have like 3 or 4 bedrooms and my own pool.
Right.
So, yeah.
The disadvantage would be missing the lighting lane window if you're going to purchase that.
Right.
You have the 3-day versus the 7, but I mean, if you know the drops and things,
it's not that important.
Yeah, you can still make it work.
And not only that, I feel like they reserve some inventory for the 3 days anyway. Sure seems that way.
Possibly. You probably wouldn't get like Slinky Dog or Test Track or whatever, but same day you can get that. So
quite possibly. Fortune is on the side of the persistent when it comes to lighting lanes, it seems.
Yep.
It's very weird though. There's sometimes it's like on certain days when you wouldn't think it would be hard to get something, it's like the hardest thing to get sometimes. It's like it's random which one's the hardest one to get on there when you're trying to find it. Don't you agree?
Yes. And sometimes even booking the hard to get one is hard to do when you see it available.
Yeah. Like I had an issue the last time I was there trying to grab a rockin' that just kept like I thought I had grabbed it and apparently I had grabbed it one later because when I went to tap in I was like, oh, I'm sure we've all done that before.
Yeah.
Well, we thought we had a time grabbed and it was actually a later time.
That was really a problem when Genie Plus first came out.
Yeah.
You would book something and then you'd see the time and then it'd be like 6 hours later. You're like, wait, what?
Correct. Yep. Yeah.
That happened a lot back then. It still happens now, but it's less of a problem today.
I had a hard time finding Ratatouille's back in January, actually. Kind of strange.
I had a hard time booking it because it would show up and then just would refuse to
wouldn't be there. Yeah.
Book it, even when you saw it available.
Yeah. It's just strange like that sometimes. So anyway.
It can be.
Yeah. But this is going to be a true, what should we say, wing it type of trip, which I know I've talked about not being able to do very often, but I think I'm just going to suck it up and,
Yeah.
do that,
Well,
see how it works. I think I might utilize touring plans as far as their, what's the best idea to ride now, type, use it for that sort of thing.
yeah. I mean, you talk about spontaneity too, like Disneyland. I'm not really don't really have a plan of like I'm gonna do this, 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 and this, and this. I'm just sort of winging it a little bit there too. There's definitely all the things you want to do, which is almost everything, but
Yeah.
it's actually pretty easy to do everything at Disneyland.
Uh-huh.
I was debating also, do I get Max Pass? Or, well, I guess it's called Multi-Pass there too now. They changed it, right? But it's $36 a day at Disneyland, no matter what, it seems like. So it's more expensive than Disney World to get it. But you don't really need it until same day, which is a little bit better there than in Florida. But I don't know. I'm trying to decide, do I get it or not? I probably need it for a couple of things, but not everything. So, I think the first day I'm not going to see how it goes. And then if I need it the next day, might get it. That's one of the things I do like about Disneyland. Looking at it is not every ride even has it, and most rides don't need it. So that's sort of the beauty of Disneyland is like even Pirates isn't on it.
Right.
There's certain rides that just aren't on their lighting lane system. You don't really need it for most of them. So the big rides, obviously you do, but
Yeah.
don't have a big plan. Don't have a plan on where I'm going to eat or anything yet either. I'm just sort of doing on the fly.
So I'm considering doing something that we have discussed before, and that's going to some of the lower rated places to eat.
Okay. Are you gonna go to Tony's? Like, which one are you?
It might be included, which I mean, I don't necessarily have to be obviously too worried about getting a reservation if I'm going to do that.
Do you have some in mind, or?
Well, Santa Hill is usually a perennial bottom feeder.
I feel like I should give that one another try too, because it's right next to my favorite place at Epcot. So
yeah, you're right. Speaking of which, how'd you like that song? I thought it was kind of catchy.
Yeah, I did.
The Kava Nights.
I'm going to comment on it. I have, like, I tried to write one with AI too, and I wasn't happy with it yet. But
for those of you that don't know what we may be talking about, we've actually messed around with an app. I guess you pronounce this Suno.
Yeah,
where you can basically tell it to make. You can just describe a song if you want to, and it'll totally make it up for you. Or you can kind of give it. You can help it with the lyrics sometimes too, depending on how you want to do it. It's kind of neat to play with.
Yeah. What I like doing with that app, it's a sidebar, of course, but is writing the full lyrics and working it out in like AI first, like ChatGPT or something, and just work out the lyrics to where you are happy with it rather than just making it come up with its own. Because sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not at coming up with lyrics on its own. So I like to like work it out ahead of time and then just see what it comes up with.
We might need to do that then. Are we allowed to use that? I wonder. Is it copyrighted?
I don't think so.
AI. Maybe you should exit the show with that. with the Beak and Barrel.
Beak. Yeah, I made a song about Beak and Barrel in a sea shanty kind of.
I thought it was kind of catchy.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it turned out really well. Yeah, but that's what I did with the lyrics. I worked it out in ChatGPT first, and then put it in there and made it a sea shanty. Maybe I'll play a little bit of it at the end or something.
Yeah,
post credits or something.
Do it while we're exiting. We're doing this show instead of our normal.
Okay, maybe I could do. I could use some of it there. Yeah,
use the Beak in the Barrel. Oh, excuse me, not the. You kept saying the barrel,
right?
Beak and the Barrel
and barrel, not the Beak and the Barrel, but whatever.
Beak and the Barrel.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Speaking of, have you watched? I haven't watched a lot of vlogs from there or whatever, but from what I've seen, it looks cool.
I mentioned I was watching Resort TV 1, I think it was last Friday, because the Halloween party they were at was the same one that my brother and his family were at, actually.
Yeah. Were they able to get in, by the way?
Get into what?
Beak and Barrel, or did
Oh,
they try?
I don't think they tried. Or I mean,
No,
I
just
don't
curious.
know. Yeah, they stayed at the Swan for like 2 nights, and then they moved to Bay Lake Tower. That they were on renting points there. So, but they only did one. They didn't do Animal Kingdom at all. They stayed like the whole week, but they only did Studios one day, and then they spent multiple days at both Epcot and Magic Kingdom.
Greece.
So, but they also did it in a way that they didn't go early, I don't think, but maybe one time. The rest of the time, it was like afternoon before they even went to a park. So it worked out though.
Yeah.
They got to do what they wanted to do.
I wonder if the Swan has done any. Did he mention that? Has the Swan done any?
I hadn't really discussed that
refurbs
part.
or-
Yeah.
I know they were going to. Like they talked about, like Swan and Dolphin were going to get a huge, but I haven't seen any construction yet. So I wondered.
Right.
That was like over a year ago, and they said they were getting a huge, like tens of millions of dollar refurbishment on the Swan and Dolphin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Was anybody
seen
broke
anything.
for the Swan Reserve? No one
has anybody what?
tried to go to the Swan Reserve. You haven't stayed
A
there.
friend of mine did stay there, but I haven't seen any of it. They liked it a lot, actually. They're like the Marriott reward people. What Bonvoy they have,
Right.
well, they use points there too, and they loved it. But the reserve is usually expensive.
I can imagine if you're using points, especially. I mean, that would probably that would lessen the blow, and then for what you get, I would imagine you would think that would be a great deal.
Yeah,
because I'm sure that they go all out there with the service and everything, and
right.
I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't.
Right. They had an Epcot facing room so they could see the fireworks. They were high enough to where they could see the fireworks, so they loved it.
Yeah.
They thought it was
Cool.
great, but that's the only people I know who actually stay there. So,
Interesting. Okay. And basically, well, where were we last when I said that? I ended up getting on. You asked me if they went to Beak and Barrel, okay, and I mentioned.
Oh,
yeah, because I was talking about how I saw them. I was looking at Resort 2 just to see if they were going to.
Oh yeah,
run into them like they've done in the past, because they've actually said like hi on the stream.
Sure.
Before, or at least James and Russell did. So he has done that before. So I didn't know if they were going to try and run into them or not. Which they seemed to always be on the opposite side of the park from them whenever I was watching. So
yeah.
But it just so happened that I caught a part where they ran into somebody who had like an extra spot, I guess, for a reservation that they had. And Jenna had not been, and so they took her along.
They took her where?
They let her come with them to the Beak and Barrel, because they had,
so
she had not been in it. Not I'm talking about Jenna off of Resort TV 1.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So she got to go.
Huh. That's kind of cool to be able to.
Yeah. Like you're, I guess I say you're famous enough that people will see like, hey, have you guys been yet? Oh, we have an extra like
spot.
He was actually going to give up their spot for both of them, but Josh had already been, and he was like, oh, you don't have to do that. But they took her with her.
Oh, we happen to have extra reservations, and like shove somebody the other way. Like, now we do. Come on in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was like, what are the odds we could run into a listener that has reservations? I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah. They wouldn't know us by our voices, maybe.
Maybe not.
Possibly.
I have enough shirts that I can wear them enough that maybe it'll influence someone.
Stand out.
Keep going there and be like, they're like, see the shirt?
It's me.
I'm not begging. No.
Right. Get me in. Get me in the 33, really.
Yeah. Another one thing I heard him talk about is, I don't know how long this is going to be this way, but they'll let you stand there like 45 minutes. You have to leave.
See, I figured that would be the case because like Oga's is still that way after 5 years, 6 years, whatever it's been.
Well, I think it's too because of the popularity versus the space. I mean,
It's not big.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make a place like that, I don't know if they just didn't anticipate it or what, or maybe it was just the space they had to work with. If you're gonna do something to that level that you know people are gonna go see it, why make it small? I mean, it makes
Well,
no sense.
I think it's two things. If you made it bigger, if you either way, if you didn't have this, you'd have loggers and folks just sitting there all day. Like they'd be there for hours if you didn't force them to leave. Because they'd be live streaming the whole day from there just to see what
I
the
don't know if
entertainment
that'd
is
be
and how it
boring.
changes. And people would watch it, I guarantee you. But I think it's smart that they're doing this to get as many people in and out as possible. So I think that's a good idea. But the fact that they have that 45-minute time limit is interesting because I told you the other day I got up at 6 a.m. when the reservations dropped just to see, and they were gone so fast.
Yeah.
So, you can book 60 days out. It was like November or something. I was just looking at the day that popped up and gone immediately. It was like boarding group fast, like
Well,
within seconds.
that's one of the things that, well, we'll just say, of course, they didn't expect it to be that way back in the day. It probably didn't have that issue, but the Kava
Right.
size, I mean, they
Yeah,
probably wouldn't
I
have
mean,
lines. They wouldn't have lines if it was bigger,
that's
things like
true.
that.
Yeah.
But
I've also spent like 2 hours sitting there. So
oh,
we have
well,
like, sorry, but we have stuff
you're
out
the
there.
reason for people waiting. Yeah.
Well, most people do the walk up though. I'd say like 90% of the guests do the walk up.
I could see that being a thing.
Yeah.
Where was I going to go with this? Oh, one of the reasons, of course, it is a popular destination too. But I felt like I found out because it'd been a long time when I actually got one for Cinderella's Royal Table.
Yeah.
Because I was a kid the last time I had eaten there when it was actually called King Stephan's Banquet Hall.
Right.
But when I went there as an adult with my kids and I saw the amount of space, I was like, well, no wonder it's not only popular, but it's like
Small.
there's not very much room to put anything else. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that's the two problems, I guess, is both popularity and space when it comes to things like that. So,
Yeah. That's the thing. But I don't think it needs, I think I kind of like it as like a small, intimate type place that's heavily themed. So I don't mind it. And I don't mind the 45-minute thing because it kind of, you get in there, you get a taste of it. It's fun and you're
yeah.
out. And I think probably the other reason is you don't want drunk people at Magic Kingdom. So 45 minutes, probably a 2-drink maximum. You can't take anything to go because it's Magic Kingdom. So you're not going to have like drunk people stumbling out of there.
Are you trying to say that happens at Epcot?
Yeah, well, yeah, it happens everywhere but Magic Kingdom.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and the thing is, what's interesting about that is I don't think that it was really a problem back in the day. I don't know what what that speaks to, but
mm,
because they still had alcohol available at Epcot, obviously. So,
right. Yeah.
well, back to my winging it. We've kind of winged all of this.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Again, I don't have any plans. I don't have any tickets. What I plan on doing is I plan on getting the tickets actually from a site. Not officially from Disney, but I've done this before. I did it once through Undercover Tourists, and because they had like a discount off of regular ticket prices. I mean, there's not. Don't get me wrong. There's not great discounts anywhere out there most of the time, but any little bit can help, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say, and there was a place I heard about actually on another podcast. I don't remember the name of it now, but I was going to go check it out. I'll have to go back and get the name. But I was just going to see how good their ticket prices were. I don't know how these places get discounted tickets, truthfully,
Yeah.
but
I was gonna say, usually when you see discounted tickets, it's not much. Bank of America, I think it was, had a Disneyland discounted ticket. And when we looked at the difference, they made it seem like it was like, but when you looked at the difference over a 3-day ticket, it was like $100 cheaper.
well, see, that's just it. The places like I have compared a couple, like the places like Sam's Club, Target, the ones that advertise they have these things, right? Even like my own work related rewards or
Yeah.
whatever. Whenever they, they have like a good pre other fee price, but by the time you have the other
Right.
fees and stuff, it's no different. It's like very little difference, if any at all.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Sam's Club one looks great on the surface, but then when you actually put it in the friggin' cart, it's like no different than if you bought them from Disney.
Yeah.
It looks
Right.
great. It goes great until the final price on a lot of these. Not that way with Undercover Tourist. You can actually see the final price and compare it and see that you're saving. Let's just say, in the case of my family, a family of 4, versus what you would get for, I think what I looked at was it was either a 3 or 4 day with Park Hopper, one of the two.
Mm.
But when the final cart price versus the final cart price on the Disney site was about $86 difference. You say, well, that's not that much in the overall, considering how much you're spending. Still
Right.
$86. That's $86 you could spend somewhere else, do something else
Right.
with. So,
Yeah. And again, like I said, $100 was the difference in price for that Bank of America offer. And yeah, that would get you the multi-pass for a day for 3 people,
mhm.
roughly. So it's not that it's nothing. It's just that it makes it seem like it's a whole lot better than it is.
Right.
So
You're not gonna see
yeah,
like these astronomical discounts on tickets. Tickets pretty much are what they are.
like those
Rooms sometimes you
billboards,
can get great, but
where
not
yeah.
tickets.
What are those? I think
Oh, the stuff
like when
you
you're
see, like when you're traveling, like when you're going down
yeah,
192.
or driving down 75 when you first get into Florida, you see the place that says $40 Disney and Universal tickets, and
$40.
that's what they
Are
say.
you sure it
I
says
think
that still?
it still says that.
Sure it's not an
But
old sign?
if I seem to remember, I think Justin Scard like did a video on that, and it's basically you have to sit through like a timeshare presentation, and they give
Right.
you full price
Exactly.
tickets at $40, but they try to sell you a timeshare for like 2 hours or
Right.
whatever.
Right. So
So
you're wasting, yeah.
you're
No.
wasting time, which is more valuable than the
Yeah.
money you save, honestly. But
Depending on how much time you have.
yeah. So if you really want cheap tickets, you can
And
sit through.
there's some of those that are just downright scams too, by the way, the roadside
Yeah,
ones anyway.
they probably are too. Yeah.
Like some people get
So,
ripped off and then can't get in. I mean,
right. Yeah,
that
they
still
could be
happens.
phony tickets. Yeah, you just never
Yeah,
know.
that still happens. So you don't want to go. A lot of times, it's just good to follow that old rule. If it sounds too good to be true,
It
probably is.
usually is. Yeah, exactly.
So it's good
Right.
to follow that line, especially when it comes to those tickets. There's just some advice here. If you see a too good of a discount on Disney tickets, do not go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
The
mean,
most you're gonna save is a few dollars a ticket per day,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
And I will say, using a place like what we've mentioned here, though, places like that, if it actually, when it all said and done, it does save you that little bit of money, I would say go for that. I mean, it's worth
Yeah,
it for
why
that
not?
too. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know if I think I mentioned it earlier, but the other option, room wise, I was considering, I think, did I say I was talking about the Hill? Yeah, I did. I said I was talking about potentially doing those Hiltons that are,
Yeah.
I don't think they've been there that long, have they? The ones that are over on Western Way. They're not that old.
Oh, Western Way? Yeah, no, those are new, right? Yeah,
The
those are
Home 2 and the
pretty.
Homewood.
Yeah, those are pretty new. The old ones are the ones by Disney Springs.
Right.
Those have been there for a long time.
Been there a minute. But, I mean, you've stayed at the DoubleTree. You've liked it.
I
It
like
was
the
good.
DoubleTree. There's 2 Hiltons, the Buena Vista Palace and just Lake Buena Vista or whatever. They're definitely older. They're
Mhm.
fine, but
They're all over there on what they call Hotel Boulevard,
right.
right? So
I think the most convenient one is that Hilton Lake Buena Vista, not Palace, because you
uh
could technically walk. There's a crosswalk you could walk to Disney Springs.
uh
I even tried that one
It's
day to
probably the
get
more
to the
expensive
parks.
one too, right?
Yeah, they're usually about the same, but I think they charge more for parking, maybe, I think they both charge for parking
Well, I
now.
just meant those 2 were more expensive than the DoubleTree, for instance.
Yes, the DoubleTree was cheaper because it's a little bit further away, but
But
not much.
anything on that boulevard's what I consider close.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. What I was saying though is that one Hilton, you could crosswalk to Disney Springs, and you could take buses to the parks and stuff from there, but or to the
Well,
nearest
they
hotel
don't
to the
have one.
park too.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't have one that goes to parks from Disney Springs on purpose,
Yeah,
so people don't get the idea of parking for free and then going.
right. But you can go to like Beach Club and go to Epcot, or you can go to
If you got the
Caribbean Beach
time.
and take the Skyliner or whatever.
Once
Yeah,
again,
it'd
if you got,
take longer, obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting close to time to wrapping this up. So we might discuss this again maybe a little bit later.
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've kind of talked. What my goal is for this coming trip is to try to do it as budget conscious as possible and try to give a report based on, well, doing Disney for maybe a little less. There's no such thing as like cheap. Don't get me wrong, but doing
Right.
it for less, trying to do Disney for less.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to keep up with this and see if I'm gonna really truly do the less. It's probably gonna end up being an Airbnb because that would definitely be the cheapest lodging option,
Yeah, definitely.
especially for the
And
space.
you could probably have your own pool.
Yeah. Now you may have to drive a little further to get there sometimes,
Yeah.
but
Especially if you
maybe
have to
not.
use I-4, it might not be the greatest way to get there, obviously, but
Yeah. If something like maybe a pop opens up and it's okay, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Then I might consider that.
Yeah.
Like but as far as staying on property, I might consider that if a pop opens up. But
You know what I realize is that every time I've gone this year, I stayed at Pop. Three
the whole
times I've
year.
stayed. Yeah, 3 times I've stayed at Pop.
Yeah, I mean, pop, you don't get the biggest room in the world, but I mean,
Yeah,
it'll work. You
it's
get
got it's
Skyliner right
comfy
there.
enough. Yeah,
It's the most convenient Skyliner resort, in my opinion. I mean, because
yeah,
it's not far from several buildings.
yeah. It's not too bad at all. Yeah.
And I
Unless you're
think
in the
the
90s.
90s is only the worst building, right? 90s
Yeah,
or 80s, really. 80s would be a
right.
little further too.
But
But
honestly, well,
if
yeah,
you're
he's
70s,
90s.
60s, and 50s, 60s is obviously the most convenient, especially if you're on the far end. They're in
Yep.
closest to the bridge. But even the
Right.
50s, though, walking along that outside walk, I don't think it didn't seem that
Not
bad
bad.
whenever I looked at it when I was
Nope.
there.
We were in 50s in January, and we're actually closest to the main building on that side of 50s, and then it
Mm-hmm.
was straight line to the Skyliner. And
Mm-hmm.
we were 80s the next time, and that was the worst. 70s most recently, and 70s was right in the middle too. It was pretty good, so
Yeah.
you can't really go wrong except 80s and 90s.
90s being the worst, right?
It's really that one 80s building and one 90s building that are the furthest. There's one 80s building that's decent, but anyway.
Basically, if you have the older decades, you're probably in better shape for Skyliner, at least.
Yeah, because 50s was pretty good too, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I remember I was walking at that time, and I was walking because there's like that edge, just kind of like a wood line or whatever that has a walkway. And it's really not that far to get to the bridge walking that wood line. I don't know if you've walked that one,
Right.
but yeah. So yeah, I would say that for the Skyliner purposes, I kind of like being somewhat close to the Skyliner. It's weird because you would think it would be equal with the other side for Art of Animation, but Art of Animation, unless you really have to be in a specific building for the Skyliner to feel close. I don't know why that is. You pretty much have to be in Nemo for the Skyliner to feel close.
Yeah, it's like if you look at a satellite, it's like the resorts are slightly like the bridge to go across the Skyliner is 60s, but it's like Nemo. So it's like the
I don't know
resorts are
what.
off a little bit
Yeah,
from
like if you were staying in cars, it would take you a while, a little longer.
right.
And the same as if you were staying in Lion King. It's like,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Mermaid for sure.
Yeah, it's just the way that the two resorts are lined up is
Yeah,
I think
something
Pop
about it.
is more centrally located than Art of Animation.
Yeah, something about the way they're aligned. I don't
Yeah,
know. They're aligned a little different, but
exactly.
all right. But yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Look at trying to do the tickets the least as possible, and we'll see how it goes from there. And I'm considering even throwing in a day at Epic. I mean, I don't know.
All right.
Considering, I say it's a consideration.
See how it
Kind of,
goes.
and it depends on the busyness. I mean,
I hear you.
I would say, what just to kind of wrap this up, on your trip,
Yeah.
do you have a particular goal, like of a particular ride that you're like? Is there one goal ride, so to speak, for Disneyland or
There's a
DCA?
lot actually, but the main ones for me are pirates. I gotta see
Right.
the best pirates again, and then the Haunted Mansion has the overlay, the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay, and
Right.
want to see something different again with Haunted Mansion. So, of course, Incredicoaster and hopefully Radiator Springs Racers again, so I can get an idea of what River to America is going to look like for Florida in a few years.
I don't think it's going to be the same layout.
No, but and it's supposed to be like off-road vehicles, right? Not cars, but
Yeah, but it's still going to be a test track style track, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that.
I definitely want to check out Lamplight Lounge too, I think. I was looking at that. But otherwise, I don't really have a whole lot of dining plans. I think my son wants to go to Tiana's because of the...
Now, you've never done the Guardians ride there because it wasn't around when you were there last.
Correct, yeah. I'll probably do that one. I'm not a huge Tower of Terror person. It's like Drop Tower person,
but it's not the Tower of Terror. It's the...
Right.
What's it called? I forgot.
Mission Breakout.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's
Mission
the one.
Breakout.
Mission Breakout. I was wanting to call it Cosmic Rewind, but I was like, I know that's not right.
Yeah.
As far as this, I think a couple of things we didn't get to do the last time. Want to make sure the girls get a chance to ride Rockin'.
Yeah,
since they're tall enough. Before it changes, I mean, they'll probably... For all I know, they'll probably like the new change better.
Probably.
The new test track, of course.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, they haven't ridden Tron either. So.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
They never got a chance to ride Tron. So I think that's kind of the three main things. I'd kind of like to go on Dinosaur one last time because we know when it's going to close.
Right. Yeah. You might get to see the Red Tron, right? If you go to...
Well, it's going to be during... the movie opens that weekend.
Yeah. So
I don't know if they're going to have that overlay. That would be neat.
And the new music, right? So that'd be kind of cool.
Interestingly enough, 9 Inch Nails. I'm pretty sure it's instrumental.
Yeah, hopefully.
Pretty sure it was just the soundtrack was just done by Trent Reznor. Right. Just very weird. It does sound like he would do the type music that Tron would play, though. That's the thing. So
yeah.
That's that style.
Right.
But yeah. All right. So I think that wraps up this episode. So you can find us on Facebook, X, Instagram. That's all at TWTM Podcast. We have a Spreadshirt store. We have a TeePublic store. We have a YouTube channel. Where can you find all this, Adam?
It's on our website, which is travelingwiththemouse.com. We have an email address, podcast@travelingwiththemouse.com. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, our new good neighbor travel advisor. His name is Jolly. And he's linked on our website. So if you need help booking a trip, you can check him out.
So for Adam, this is John, and this has been Traveling with the Mouse. And we hope you will join us on our next trip.
The Beak and Barrel, I'll meet you down at the Beak and Barrel.
To the Beak and the Barrel, Beak and the Barrel.
Beak and the Barrel, Beak and the Barrel, I'll meet you down at the Beak and the Barrel.